What's up? How old are you?
Like 25.
Cool. You think I should just go bald? Do you think I should accept my fate
Oh,
at this point?
bro, that dude. I need to just cut their hair, gang.
I like my
Hey, hey,
mohawk, man.
Dude, you look like a mad scientist.
hey, man, my wife is calling. I'm gonna hop off this live, all right?
Oh, cool. I appreciate you coming up, man.
There's not, yeah, no problem. It was nice meeting you. I'll
All
pop by
right.
sometime.
Take it easy.
See you, man.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I guess I'll take the mad scientist look and run with it. I'm not ready to do the bald thing yet.
Dude, look, can you grow a beard?
Yeah, I actually just shaved it. Well, it's not a great beard, but like, I can do something.
Alright. Damn, boy, like, is that like a mohawk you got going?
My
Oh,
my
bro, never
headphones.
mind,
So
dude.
yeah, like I
I
got it shaved
like
clean.
from the front, from it's just like from the front, or like it looked like you just had that piece of hair in front, dude.
It's
I
because
was
I
tweaking
have
out.
had widow's peaks, so like that's why I chose this hairstyle. But yeah, it's not gone yet. Anyway, what's up? You got any thoughts on the prompts here, or you want to keep talking about my awesome hair?
All right, let's see. Man, be for real. Damn, rigid patriarchy is harmful to men's well-being. Like, what's rigid patriarchy?
Rigid. So just meaning that like men and women ought to fall into relationships of dominance and submission, and men like always needs to like take care of their shit, be super masculine, never like get in touch with their emotions and stuff like that. They just like, yeah, essentially I put the word rigid there because I don't think it's always bad to like buck up and be a man or whatever else, but like it's telling people, shaming men for like being okay with their emotions and being sad sometimes and being in touch with their feminine side. I think that's what's harmful.
I mean, I can see your point, but let's say we do that, right? And it like for men, we can do that around each other. We will not shame each other for that. Like if it's like your homeboy, you're venting to him, and that's fine. But when we do that around women, I don't know, for them, they just get turned off by that. I don't know. They just get turned off
Yeah,
by
I don't
that.
I don't agree with that at all. I have plenty of women in my life who actually respect that I can like, tell them if I'm feeling a certain way or whatever else, and I'm not just gonna bottle it up and be like this toxic man about things. So actually, nothing's a generality. I won't make a sweeping statement for anybody, but a lot of women that I've spoke with actually are attracted to emotional intelligence.
Yeah, but they say that, but when like it happens, it's like a different story. It's like they would say like, "Oh yeah, it's okay. You can cry in front of me, baby. It's all good and all of that." And then when you do, like they're not going to tell you that up front, obviously not. But I know internally she's going to get put off by that. It's just I don't know. That's just how it is,
So
bro.
where are you getting the like? Is this from experience? Where is this info coming to you from?
Well, from what I see, so let's say it is from experience, not from my own experience, but from what I see. And most women admit that, like I seen podcasts as well, or like when like women only spaces, like I would listen, like I would tune in, and they don't find a man being like emotional and crying and venting. They don't find that attractive. They say they're put off by that. But
Well,
I'm not gonna say it's a majority. I'm just gonna say like that's what I've seen.
so what if I told you that it's even in men's sort of like evolutionary makeup that when a woman's crying, it sort of naturally turns us off because it turns us into being comforters or whatever else rather than just passionately attracted. Like you're not really meant to just be attracted to your partner at all times and all places. So if somebody's like crying, then that's the time to be like, oh yeah, like I'm not attracted to this person sexually right now, but like that doesn't mean I don't love them or want to be here for them in this moment.
Yeah, but the thing is, like from what I've seen, I know is that like as soon as you do it one time, it only takes that one time for it to like have a snowball effect.
Well, let me break down a little bit what I mean by like emotional intelligence too, right? Because I think any person, man or woman, if they had a partner who consistently every day they got home and that partner was just like crying again because they stubbed their toe or today was so hard, blah, blah, blah. Like, I think anybody would probably get tired of that because that's just like a person who can't like get a grip on their emotions and the thing that's happening. But like, somebody who's genuinely dealing with something and like every once in a while they console their partner, they cry to him a little bit, whatever else. I don't think that most women are like, oh yeah, fuck that, like I can't see a man cry in front of me ever.
It's because it's like it's not off the rip. I'm saying like they're not gonna show that or tell you that up front. I know that they're not gonna do it because women, they like from my experience, they just like have it in their brain, like they just stick to it in their brain, and they just have it there, and they just remember it. Like I've seen women use like like a man being vulnerable and weaponize that. Like it's crazy.
Um, yeah, I mean, I would say that a shitty partner, again, regardless of gender, would like hold on to something for like fuel for the next fire and then throw that back in that person's face the next time, right? It's the same way, like, even if you got angry as a man rather than crying or whatever else, she might hold on to that and then later be like, remember when you like threw shit across the kitchen and now look at you
Oh yeah,
again?
yeah,
So like
yeah.
to me it's not really just about having emotional intelligence and like being able to be soft and cry or whatever. That just sounds, any partner that's like gonna hold a grudge and stuff that one in their pocket for the future is kind of a shitty partner.
Like for me, I like how I because I'm married, so like how I like run things pretty much is that like well no how I act during the relationship or everything is more of a stoic way of doing it. Meaning like if something bad happens to me or there's a problem, like of course it's gonna like be frustrating and it's gonna suck, but I'm not gonna like I'm not gonna cry. Like for me, I'm not gonna cry in front of my woman. Most of the time, I like for what I specifically do, I would like tell my boys about it. Like, hey, bro, this is going on because
Yeah.
they are more relatable to like what's going on and they understand what like my struggle is. And I don't want my woman to see me in that predicament just because it's like I'm supposed to be like, and I know like your prompt is like, oh, like we require like you don't want to be dominant, but at the same time we have to be kind of dominant because number one, women find a dominant man attractive, and number two is like it's just what we are, supposed to be and supposed to do, take lead and
So
con-
before I'm down to like move on to that other prompts, but I kind of want to address the first one still because we've been hung up on that a little bit. Um, to be honest, man, like the way you're talking about how you go consult your friends and like talk about your issues with them, that sounds like healthy male emotional expression to me, right? I don't even think it necessarily has to just be done. You don't have to go do it to your partner or whatever else. Like if you have like, I think maybe something you don't understand is the way patriarchy has affected men in my life and even me, for example, is we can't even seem to do that to our friends. We feel like we can't show emotion to anybody because it was always shamed like nonstop. And like you got to just be a man and like muscle through it or whatever else. So now like our relationships with other men are affected because we can't bond on that level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, I agree with what you're saying. Like like we have like men took patriarchy too far because like to the point where like somebody can't just like like just express themselves and talk about their emotions like that. Like we're taking it too far, but at the same time, I mean, we get everything we have right now at this moment due to the patriarchy. So there's like pros and cons to
So
it.
that is actually inaccurate. So the way that Western society has developed, uh, obviously the past couple thousand years or whatever since Christianity and the medieval ages in Europe, uh, patriarchy and Christian households, whatever, has sort of been the norm, but that's actually not the entire history of the earth. There's plenty of like matrilineal societies that were indigenous to the Americas, and we learned from them how to cultivate good crops and do agriculture in our current societies, right? Like our food production that we have now wouldn't be anywhere if it weren't for running into those societies that were more matriarchal or matrilineal, I guess.
But which society was like matrilineal?
Some of the tribes indigenous to the Americas,
Like in America?
yeah, before they got colonized.
Damn, I want to look into that. Like you know the name of the tribe?
Um, let me. I should probably have that stuff ready, huh? Let me see what I can pull up here. But it's not only this. Like, for example, ancient Egypt. I'm sure you've heard of it. It wasn't just strictly a patriarchy. There were women pharaohs at times, right? Women leaders. In Sparta, right? Obviously, the men were super aggro in the military. Like that was their whole life was military. But the women were the politics. They stayed back to run the country and raise the kids. So there's plenty examples of non-patriarchal societies thriving. It just so happens that the Western world we see as today happened to conquer a lot of places and sort of take over those societies, right?
Yeah, of course.
And also, what's common to patriarchal societies that like to colonize is eventually they collapse. The Roman Empire collapsed, right? The Ottoman Empire collapsed. It's because they are so power hungry and greedy that they can't see their limit. They don't have that like wisdom of when to hit the brakes or not.
So do you think that we would be much better off in a matriarchal society?
Not necessarily. I don't think it just needs to be like swapped or whatever else. I just think we need to make rooms for like relationships to do whatever they do. For example, like my relationship with my partner is fairly equal in the way we lead and make decisions, right? While I might take charge in some scenario of like someone's attacking us or whatever, I might take the lead there because I'm stronger physically. That doesn't mean I'm smarter than her with finances. That doesn't mean I'm smarter about any other decision that we're making in our life, right?
Yeah, there's a balance, of course. Like for my case, like when it comes to fighting or protection, security, financial security, I take the lead in that. While my woman, like sorry, not my woman, my wife. How's it going, man? While my wife, she takes more of like she takes care of the house more, and pretty much like every time I have something like because she's like very good in finances. Every time like I have a question, she always has an answer or like what direction can we go from here? Like what are your thoughts? I would rely on her for that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, and it sounds like already you're more in line with what I'm arguing for than what like some trad bros or some red pillars would argue for, right? Because
Yeah.
and this goes to that third prompt, the like requiring complete domination over a relationship, right? Just because I might be stronger physically in some of these situations doesn't mean I'm smarter in every situation. And I have enough humility to recognize that somebody else could bring a different opinion to the table that might be better, right?
Yeah, man. Like me, I used to like I still do, but like I watch a lot of red pill and like trad bro content to say. But one thing they always get wrong is that they don't balance it. Like there's good points that they do make where like okay, I could grab this point and apply it to my life. But sometimes they just go overboard. I'm like, dude, like relax.
Yeah.
Like relax. Where's the love? Where's the
Right.
love?
Dude, I agree with you for sure. Like, yeah, and I think most things, like most content creators have a piece of some truth, right? Like, I don't think I would ever come out here and be like, this group is just dead wrong about everything. But usually when there's like a small glimpse of truth and then some distorting of other truths, I start to question their agenda and why they're starting to target young men. And in my opinion, they're doing it because they know young men are disenfranchised right now, right? They're lonely, they're having trouble finding a partner that they like or whatever else. And so these guys are like feeding off that and like telling them sort of like a dominant message, like this is how you take control of your life and dominate your woman or whatever else, to and it makes these men feel like they have a place in
And
the
they're
world.
good at it because the one thing they have is that they're very relatable. Like they're very relatable because they do come from that as well. They just managed to overcome it and then start spreading their message. But they are very successful because they're very relatable when it comes to that type of topic.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that you're right. They're, especially the way they talk about it, they're charismatic, you know, they know how to talk to their bro. All right. They're good at communicating the message, I think. And like again, when you have a good solid piece of the truth, such as something as simple as like, well, biologically speaking, men are on average stronger than women, right? And when you
Yeah.
have something like that and you can just like ultimately a lot of their points come down to that thing alone, and like because men have this physical advantage that they ought to then just like take the lead in every scenario or whatever else, right? So yeah,
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. But dude, I gotta go. I'm gonna give you a follow.
all right, dope. Yeah, come around again. I might do this again Sunday, so if you want to come keep talking, appreciate you.
Sounds good, bro. All right, take care, bro.
Take it easy.